Hey there, YouTubes. How's it going? Today is a little explanation. I have said in previous videos that I'm going to start reviewing tobaccos. Um, while this is the case, I probably won't get around to it till a little bit later, simply because it takes a lot of time, and I'm in college, and I don't have a lot of time. But what my reviews will consist of is mainly me going through the process of taking a tin, opening said tin, in theory. Oh, there we go. Examining what I find on the inside, both visually, texturally, and olfactorily. That is smell, for those of you who don't know what olfactory means. Then proceeded by not me smoking it, because that would require me taking the camera and stuff outside, and that's just not worth it. It will be me going over the qualities of the smoke, and near the door. Is it going to come in or not? I guess not. Where was I? Qualities of the smoke, like, is it bitey, or what kind of taste do I get out of it? Is it sweet? Is it spicy? Is it mellow? Is it harsh? And then, following ending conclusion is, do I recommend this tobacco? Yay or nay? And that's essentially what my reviews are going to consist of. And I think the first one I'm going to be doing a review of is, you know what, beats the hell out of me, because I just don't know yet. Just to warn you, my reviews may be a little bit skewed, because I haven't actually had that many different kinds of tobaccos, so I don't really know how to gauge them, because my experience is relatively limited. Although my experience has generally been good, because I haven't bothered with the cheap, nasty tobaccos, like the Smoker's Pride. No, not worth it. Little side bit. Now, I must move the camera, so if you'll excuse a little bit of shakiness. So we'll go up here. Just to explore my surroundings a little bit, just to show you. That's happy zone. My decorations are something I'm particularly proud of, because some of this stuff is actually like magazines I found under the floorboards of my house. But some of it is stuff that I've purchased. First thing is, I don't know if I got that in a shot, but these two are both ones that I purchased. The Prince Albert one from Amazon, and the Victrola one, Victor Victrola, from an antique store. Now, these next ones are actually, now, just to be clear, none of these are reprints. These are all actually either things that I own, and the only one that is a scan is the one that I actually do own, but I don't want to disassemble the whole magazine to get to it. So, continuing onwards. This is the big poster. That's just an interesting little rum advertisement. I don't think it actually exists anymore. That one's from like the 1970s. The Scalorna pipe tobacco advertisement. It's a mild Cavendish. That one's a tuxedo tobacco from the 1923 Saturday Evening Post, which I do own, but I don't have with me. And these are actually pages from a magazine that I found under the floor of my house. That one is advertisement for 1942 Nash. These are like the old ones, old ones, like the 40s, are all 1942 unless I say otherwise. Greyhound. That's for a highway that isn't actually for civilian use yet, because they just opened it for the military. That's for 1942 Studebaker. The thing I find amazing about this is that in this advertisement here, in 1942, it was a unibody car that got 25 to 30 miles a gallon on the highway in 1942, and you don't get a car that looks like that nowadays. All right, moving onward. These are all, I think, from either 1978 or 1962 Playboy magazines, which I do have, but I just decided not to use the entire thing. I thought I was actually going to use it for like the nudes, but as it turns out, they're just not worth it. And you could find much more amusing things in those old advertisements than you can actually in the stories or the, as most people would put it, smut, which is basically what modern Playboys are. Old Playboys are just essentially like any other magazine, only with some nude photos in it. Jaguar, Jose Cuervo, I think I said that right. MG, Sale Pipe Tobacco. I don't think I've seen this one because I don't think it exists anymore. Yeah, it's actually in shot. This one I find especially amusing, which I can get you a good shot of what it says, so you want to pause it and read what it says. It's very amusing. That one is a crappy advertisement because it's trying to convince you that a Volkswagen Beetle is a sports car, which it just isn't. You can put bucket seats on it; it doesn't make it a sports car. I like this one. If you don't buy these new Drummond sweaters, we'll go right back to male models. Oh, that's scary. Male models, no. And Terraton cigarettes. I find that one amusing because it just shows how skewed tobacco advertising is, especially cigarettes. It claims that the filter actually does something. The filters don't do anything. And the last ones. This one down here is these are all in frames except for this one because this one is just something I added later. Johnny Walker, whatever. And this one I found interesting because the booze. This one's booze. It has been in business since 1383. Holy crap. And those ones are half-page advertisements from 1942. These are all from the old 1942 ones are from, I think, Life magazine. And this is kind of an odd size frame because it doesn't fit the big advertisements. So I just put 3 of the half-page ones in there. And I think it's strange. Philip Morris is a big company, but it doesn't actually make its own cigarettes anymore. It owns all the other ones. But I found that one amusing because it had a bikini-clad girl on it, mostly. But because this, I also have a magazine from 1917, and that tube of shaving cream looks exactly the same as a tube of toothpaste. Yikes, don't get those messed up. And I just like that one because it's pretty. I don't know. I don't have any other reasons for that. That pretty much concludes it for my living space. Nothing else is really interesting. Trevor's side is boring. It's back, but that's his stuff, so I don't really want to show you that stuff. If you haven't subscribed, please click below. Excuse me while I get this set back down. And if you already have subscribed, please spread the word about my channel because I want to have some more subscribers going. And, well, I look forward to making the next video. See you then.